Hey everybody, it's Casual Boops coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be covering the Batchat Bourrasque, or just the Bourrasque. And I was going to call this video Bourrasque Hit and Run, and I realized that Skill did a video on the Bourrasque and called it the exact same thing. So the Smack and Flee, it is the Smack and Flee tank. You hit things, you run away. It's a very popular tank. Well, probably, arguably, one of the best tanks at Tier 8 that you can buy until they release a better one, I guess. But it's currently on sale right now, so I figured it's a really good time to bring this up, and also because people voted for it. So yeah, here we are, the Bourrasque. So what is it? We'll get right into the stats here, like we always do. It is basically, if you have a heavium that's a cross between a medium and a heavy tank, this is like a light. You know, it's a cross between like a medium tank and a light tank, honestly, because it's like super lightly armored and fast. So, but it does have the firepower of a medium tank. But yeah, it's a 2-shot auto loader, and it's got almost no armor on it, and it's got a 2-second intra-clip. So the good things about it, it does 360 damage, but I swear to God it's 390. Like, these things roll high so much. 360 damage and 2 shots every, in 2 seconds. That's 720 damage in a clip, which, this is really fast, right? This is what makes the thing so good. It's just pop, 700 damage, and then it just leaves. And that's, I'm sure you've seen this around. Full turret, of course. It's got the same Batchat 3-man crew layout. So notable things about it is fast. It's got pretty good camouflage. I mean, this is the base camouflage rating, so if you have a good camo crew, you can get this thing up there pretty good. The things that are not so great about it, like it has 0 armor, and I'll get into the armor. I mean, whatever, it's 0 armor. Excuse me. And also the standard penetration is really bad. Like 190 is not good at all. And the accuracy, like the soft stats, seems like they should be good. Like these numbers are actually okay. However, because the thing is so fast, the gun feels very derpy. And so for that reason, I'll get into equipment later, but also like, yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself for field mods and stuff, but basically the gun is incredibly derpy and the penetration is not very good. And that's what they hope balances this thing out. If you tap 2, of course, you get 240 pen. And it's just another APCR round, ACPR standard rounds and an APCR premium round. So there's literally no reason to not just shoot straight premium rounds all the time, because it's just a straight upgrade. So again, more lazy design by Wargaming, I think. This is just, if they'd have made this like a heat round, at least it would be a choice sometimes. But here we are. But yeah, that's really it. Like, we'll get right to the armor here. The armor of the tank is non-existent. This is one of the downsides. It's got like 10 millimeters of armor, 25, like very low armor. Things can pen you with HE easily, especially after the HE changes, the HE updates. It can even pen itself with HE. This is it shooting itself with HE. So you get completely pooped on by artillery. T-49s can one-shot you. It's just something to be aware of. When you're playing these things, or when you're playing against them, tap 3, load an HE round, and go to town. So no armor to speak of at all. And let's see here. As far as like a build, I'll be honest with you. Like for equipment, I would run this vents, vertical stabilizer, and then improved aiming. And if you can get a purple, like a blue. A bounty improved aiming, even better, of course. You get the thing down to 0.5, but it's 0.35. But it's like, it's all about trying to wrestle this gun and to get the gun to behave, And if you're running you got a decent crew and you got some food, now we're somehow that didn't. Oh, that's gas. There we go. Like you can actually get this thing down pretty good. But again, these values seem very good, and they are. But because the tank is so fast, the gun feels incredibly derpy. So if you can wrestle the gun and get it to behave and get your 2 shots to land, it just becomes incredibly potent. Yeah, so I think for fun, it would be, of course, fun to have a turbo and stuff. But it doesn't matter if you get there fast if you whip all your shots. But field mods, of course, I would pick this one to get your even smaller aiming circle. I'm not actually sure. I don't think I would pick either one of these first, the option 2, because you certainly don't want worse dispersion on a damaged gun, and certainly don't want worse ammo rack penalty, but you also don't want worse traverse either. So I just wouldn't pick either one of these things. And honestly, depends on how you play it. I like to use the camouflage of mine because, you know, 38 camouflage is really, like, this camo is useful. So yeah, more reverse speed would be great, but at the same time, I don't want to lose camouflage. Now at the same time, I also don't want to lose reverse speed to gain camouflage. So I'm probably not picking hardly any of these things. And it just doesn't, you know, I don't need a firepower slot or a scouting slot. So yeah, the field mods on a Bourrasque, kind of blah. And that's my kind of take on things. And yeah, without further ado, we'll get into the replay. All right, so we're going to start off by watching Bloop play in his Bourrasque on a Tier 9 game with 2 artillery, and there's also Tier 7s in the game. And we're playing attack defense on, which I guess is technically called assault, on Ghost Town. And so Bloop is, for some reason, carrying standard rounds. Bloop, I don't know why. Why are you using standard rounds, bro? And I think this might have been actually before field mods came out, because, yeah, I've been hanging on to these Bourrasque replays for just, you know, a special occasion, and now here we are. So I think this definitely came out before then, and maybe with the ability to pick a different loadout, perhaps Bloop would have had more premium for certain loadouts. But look at this. Before he even gets a chance to react, before that E75 gets a chance to react, Bloop has put a round, well, should have been 2 rounds. If that was a premium round, it would have probably gone in. It would have dealt out 700 damage and then got to just leave. And that's part of the reason that makes the Bourrasque so powerful, is its ability to drop 2 shells, deal 700 damage, and just leave. And so, for that reason, like, I actually like the Lorraine 40T a little bit better, because it has better penetration, and it also has a bigger, like, more clip potential. It does like 1200 damage in clip potential. But this one is arguably better because it's got so much power with the burst potential, right? It doesn't need a lot of time to drop the damage that it does get to drop. So Bloop is just going to look around and be patient and somehow spot that Scorpion. And you know, even when they don't hit, even when not every one of them hits, 360, which again I could have sworn it was 390. You know, even one of those hits pretty hard. Like, it feels good. And you're not waiting a long time for your drum to reload because it's just a 2-round drum, and you get the light tank feel of being able to flex around. When your clip is over, you get to you know, go somewhere else and inflict pain, and then run away and go just do that same thing somewhere else. You just kind of get to flick and flop all the way around the map, and yeah, so it's very fast and it's very flexible. And oh, pain. Oh, come on. This is why I personally run a lot of premium rounds in mine, because that second shot on the E75 turret, it definitely felt like it should have gone in, and if it was premium rounds, they probably would have gone in. But Bloop is just gonna, now he's gonna regain his sanity and load some premium, and this E75 hasn't learned, so he gets to take 700 more. And this is what it does. You just drop 700 damage and leave. And so it's just so powerful, being able to do that much damage in that short amount of time. Other tanks can drop, you know, like I said, have more clip potential or the same clip potential, but this is one of the only ones that gets to drop that much damage in that short of amount of time. And this E75 is barely responding to external stimuli, but okay. Bloop, have mercy on the bots. But somehow our team is still losing, right? So Bloop has got there's carry potential with this tank, but at the same time there is a lot of carry potential in the tank, but you need to put your gun on the target first of all. But you need to be able to pick your engagements wisely, and you know, it's like a bat chat. If somebody's, wow, oh, I can't believe that one hit. If somebody's, you know, got it out for you, or they load HE, or you get unlucky with an arty shell, it's a very high skill ceiling tank, but it's also a very low skill floor. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're not a very good player and you're very new to the game, you very well may run out, play your Bourrasque, get shot once, and die, and that's just it. So, something to be aware of. It's definitely not the easiest tank to play. I'm not sure why he gets to get away with that, but now he's gonna, you know, he drops 700 damage, and he's gonna leave. And perhaps by the time that this guy is... Oh my god, the arty. Perhaps by the time this IS-3 is done chasing, Bloop will be loaded again, and ready to put more rounds into him. So look at this, look at this, look at the flex here. It's just, he's just able to just kind of poke up, you know, tag somebody and then run away. I mean, it's just, this is like, imagine a light tank that actually had a gun that was worth using. Like, this is why the Bourrasque is so good, because it's just like a light tank. The only thing it doesn't have that a light tank does have is camo on the move, but, you know, whatever. And now this guy is too slow, so Bloop gets to put a shot in and finish him off, and, yeah, we're just kind of taking things apart. Bloop has already got 3 kills and 3,600 damage, and they're just kind of pushing like donkeys, and so Bloop is able to flex around the map and put himself where he needs to be. He hasn't really spotted for a whole lot of damage, but here, this guy is just going to zerg. So we'll wait for the T-54E1 to commit a little bit, and... oh my god, the lucky fire! I mean, look at his skill. Display of skill by Bloop here, trying to, like, intentionally setting the guy on fire strategically and skillfully to make sure that his last shot was able to take that gun out of the game. And now here we're loading, 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 loading. Ah, not quite loaded in time. But still, I mean, I think the drum reload is something like 20 seconds. Like, it certainly doesn't feel very long, especially for the damage that you get to do and so on. So I will honestly say that I think that they probably overdid it with this tank a little bit. I think it's probably a little bit too good. And so, yeah, I don't think, like I said, I don't think everybody and their mom is going to be able to have a great game in this thing, but it definitely can in the right hands. Oh, you're seeing the accuracy. Definitely can in the right hands do some serious work, and that's what you're seeing Bloop do right now. And now he gets to play the light tank role of hunting down artillery and trying to dodge artillery. And yeah, we're back to standard rounds because nothing, well, except for the T-103, nothing that's left has any armor. But yeah, Bloop has 6 kills and 5,000 damage, and it looks like we're basically in cleanup time as long as he doesn't, you know, totally blow it. Because the only thing that could really have a problem here is if he gets one-shotted by an he already wanted it. If he gets shot by an artillery, that'll kind of hose him. And if he gets, if the T-103 has an HE round or something like that, that could really do it. But, like, generally speaking, Bloop has the burst clip potential right now to basically just drive into things and clip them out. So the game is essentially over. Oh, looking for a shot here. You can see it. The Scorpion just needs to spot this T-103. And it doesn't look like it's... I'm not really sure what happened there. I think maybe the Scorpion was spotting the T-103, but the T-103, but the Scorpion's, like, radio was gone. Oh my god. Like, because it seemed like the Scorpion could be spotting that T-103, but wasn't broadcasting the signal. Like, one of the few times since I've been playing this game, like, for 6 years, that radio range and, like, having a dead radio operator or a broken radio actually matters. Pretty remarkable stuff. But yeah, Bloop is just going to drive in because this T-103, even if he takes a hit from the T-103, it doesn't really matter. Because what are you going to do? Oh, well, you do have to pen. But as soon as you pen, it's over, you know? And you're seeing some of the low penetration here, and the derpy gun, right? The stop stats would make you think that this gun is just god tier amazing, and it really, really isn't. But that's partially just because of the fact that it's so damn fast. Bloop just got outspotted by something and shot at. But you can see by the way the shell came in that it must be something over like F1 there. Yeah, in that direction you can. Oh, you can tell like where things are coming from approximately because of where they. Oh my god, that was an HE round, by the way. He loaded an HE clip specifically for that Scorpion, and oh my god. And here's what the arty does. You're seeing it, right? So now he's got to wait and sit and don't get rammed. Oh, don't get rammed, because I'm pretty sure that artillery could still ram him to death, even if he just taps him. This is the troll level is high here, but yeah, I mean this is a perfect example of what you should be doing in your Bourrasques, and what a great game. Alright, so at the end of the game, Bloop ended up taking home 10 kills, 6,600 damage, and that got him the ace tanker, of course. The Pools medal, what is that, is that a Piscucci's or something like that? Or man, I'm so many medals, I don't even know what these are. Top Gun, high caliber, just what a game. And that ended up giving Bloop, what is that, 2,034 base XP, obviously leading the team. And then he even ended up taking home a profit of 165,000 credits. He did have battle payments and a booster going though, so without that, I think he probably would have, let me see here, math. Let me see here, math. I think he would have come away with about 30,000 because he did shoot some gold and he had to buy the consumables and so on and so forth. But, you know, considering all the consumables he was running and all that stuff, I think this is still a pretty good indicator. Like, you can make a lot of money in your Bourrasque, especially if you land your shots, but that can be harder than it sounds. And now, because I have another Bourrasque replay that I've been hanging on to, I'm going to give you guys a double feature. Another replay. Alright, so part 2 of our double feature is going to feature me in the Bourrasque along with Savo in a Bourrasque and a platoon, and then Schwacht is going to bring up the rear in a Renegade. We're all playing on Fish Bay. It's a tier 6 game. Or obviously it's a tier 8 game, but there are tier 6s in the game, 3 artillery. And this particular game is going to demonstrate the potency of the Bourrasque, especially in multiples, right? Because, you know, 720 clip damage is in 2 seconds is pretty legit. But, you know, with 2 of those, you get 1,400. It's T50-2, just wow. 1,400 damage in 2 seconds, and I'm waiting to see if a light tank. Oh, let's want to catch out a light tank. I thought that the super chaffy got tracked and I didn't get the kill there, but yeah, this is what I mean. You basically just get to lay the smackdown on tier 6s. You are a real problem. I mean, obviously, every tier 8 is a problem for a tier 6. But this one especially, like 720 clip damage, means you can basically remove most tier 6s from the game. Wait for it. Oh my god. You can basically remove most tier 6s from the game in about 2 seconds. Or, you know, if not outright remove them, you definitely get mostly they're gone. It's just the clip potential is insane. And that's what I was saying earlier, is I think that they really kind of overdid it with the power level of the Bourrasque a little bit. The things that they're using to balance the tank out, I think, are not substantial enough. But right now what we want to do is just play it safe, just hang out and wait, because not all of the things have been spotted. We don't know where things are. The last thing you want to do is run in and find a bunch of enemy tanks with your face and then die. So we're just going to wait, especially, you know, with a paper autoloader like this. It's critical that you maintain your hit points until the late game, because if you need to carry, you need hit points. So we're just going to wait and see what we can see and try not to be spotted. Use these bushes. And I see that Oni is kind of pushing through, so I'm going to try to flex over to the bush line at, what is that, about D6, E6, and see if I can't put a shot in and help, but looks like he's already been taken care of, you know. But it's always good to keep an eye on the minimap and like, if someone's making a push, and especially in a medium tank like this, where it's more of a light tank, you have the mobility to flex around. You really, really want to make sure that you move when possible to flex around, bring the gun where it needs to be, right? Just wait, and we just wait, and don't do anything that's going to get ourselves in trouble or get ourselves shot. Because we have 3 arty. The last thing you want to do is get clipped. And I'm noticing here the 274A is substantially different. He's in a different spot than this Bourrasque. And the Bourrasque was last spotted in that bush over there. So you're about to see it. So Savo and I are planning our attack, and I want to wait for him to get his clip, and then we both want to be going at the same speed, and alright, off we go. And this is what you can do with a pair of Bourrasques. I'm gonna wait, I want to make sure that my shell, I didn't want to waste the shot on the by hitting Savo, and boom, that guy was just removed from the game. So now we leave, and try not to get shot by the artillery, and wait for our clips to reload, and play it safe. And then now that we're done reclipping, we're gonna go back in and finish off that 274A, because now he's by himself. And so this is just, again, this doesn't feel fair. And especially when you have 2 autoloaders like this, you really just need to be aware of the fact that what is happening to this guy. Oh, the tracking shot. There it is. So now he's dead too. Now, all 3 of these frickin' clickers have made it their point to just make life interesting. But even still, we just got to basically take out 2 tanks in about 20 seconds, because we both had to reload a clip, and hardly took any damage at all. M44 lands a shot on us. I hate artillery. I think it is the most unfun thing in this game to play against. And if you play artillery for fun, I hope you stub your toe, put it that way. But anyways, so now it's basically cleanup time. The heavies have pushed through the town, and we basically just want to make sure that we can, again, there's E25 things. Wait for it, wait for it. And you're seeing the accuracy. It's not really, I mean, when it lands, right? And easy fire. I totally deserve that one. But now that we're about halfway loaded again. Like, the thing just doesn't feel like, the two-downed autoloaders just don't really feel like they punish you hardly at all. Like, most autoloaders, you need to... artillery, nice. Most autoloaders, you really need to make sure that you time your reloads such that you have clipped, like you have ammo when you need it. But because this doesn't punish you for running out of, for dumping your clip, you really have a lot more flexibility. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Nice. And that's, again, you're seeing the drawback, the main drawback to this tank, aside from the fact that it has mediocre accuracy, or mediocre penetration, is the accuracy, right? You really, really need to make sure that the gun lays in, and, because it'll just miss. It'll just whiff. And we're gonna just, another unsuspecting... He's dead. I mean, he had a friend, and I took a hit for that, and that sucks. But at the same time, that guy's dead now. So, yeah, we're just cleaning this up. I've got 6 kills. Savo's got 5 kills. We, together, the two of us, have really just basically run away with this game. And now there's another... There's a P-43 BIS over there somewhere trying to cower, and, God help him, he's going to try to carry this game or something, I don't know. But we're basically on cleanup, and it's really great for cleanup because, again, it's got so much speed. The Bourrasque is really, really good. But you can see, even just the artillery, getting penned a couple of times. I got shot I took 1 hit. I'm already down to, 281 hit points. After taking a couple of misses from artillery rounds, a couple hits from artillery rounds, and then 1 shot from an SU. So the durability is not there. And that's why it's very, very punishing to play if you don't do everything right. So... Alright, so at the end of that game, I ended up taking home 7 kills and 3,300 damage. It was only a second class. I wasn't really here to show that particular game from my perspective was not that awesome. But really what was remarkable about that is the crucial contribution, which I think maybe there's a Brothers in Arms in there too, or something like that. But like, it's the fact that Savo and I combined ended up with, what was that, 12 kills. Like, because, and we each had, he had 2,800 damage. Like, it is just such a potent tank in those situations where you can run together, and instead of dishing out 720 damage in 2 seconds, you dish out 1,400 damage in 2 seconds. It's just, when the situation arises where you are allowed to do that, it just doesn't feel fair at all. And then at the end of the game, I ended up, I think I took home 60,000 credits, and I don't know, economics-wise, I think I did okay with that, but there were so many different like payouts and things that it's hard to keep track of which one was which, but if you want, you can do some math there. And I had some consumables already purchased, so, but yeah, overall, that's the tank, that's the Bourrasque. Hope you guys enjoyed the double feature, and thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.